Welcome to my wasteland garage. This is pretty cool, right? Just kidding, you have no control of the customizations you can have on it. But anyways, the thing that I'm going to show you guys today is the basics, really. How to build all these little things, some good ways to earn some gold. So first up on the list is, if you have an Xbox, I think it's with any console really, go to the Xbox, or go to the store, the same place that you bought the game, free download. Get the game, and the same place where you got the game, and over there, you should get a car that was free, called the Snappy. You should be able to get this little car. Really nice, it's really good to have as a starter vehicle. The cabin is really good for its power score and everything, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Anyways, so if you're not going to get Snappy, I can barely help you at all. Anyways, this car is okay. I mean, it's the starter car, so it's just exactly what everybody would expect it to be. It's just a little car that you wouldn't really want to spend much time looking at. But anyways, it comes with a dual machine guns and a jack in case your car falls over like this. You just wait a second and then boom, little car's back up. I'd like to drive by camera style, so I can keep driving my car forward or any direction I want by which way the camera's facing. So I'll pull left and keep the camera straight, I'll pull right, keep the camera straight. It works out really well for my targeting, because then I can lock onto something pretty easy. Anyways, so to build, you need to go up here, just real quick, and you can do all these different things. If you're playing on Xbox, which is what I play on, I'm just going to go ahead and say this, but up at the top, very far right on the top, there will be a button to help you with your, with the situation of you needing help figuring out what all these things on the top are. So if you press it, it'll give you an exact idea what everything is. If you're playing Xbox, it's really helpful because you can press up on the D-pad, pick up your car, get underneath it, and look at all the stuff underneath. And then if your car is, say, out of sync, if it's like outside of this little yellow square here, you press down on the D-pad, and it'll give you this option. You say yes, and see it moves the car into the middle of the whole garage. So if you're playing Xbox, you press A, you can pick up stuff and move it everywhere. Now someplace, if it's red like this, it means it will not place. And you see those little yellow squares with the circles in them? Those are weld points. It means you can place something there. So you can place those there. And be mindful that if you get wheels like these, there are starter wheels, which is the ones you're probably going to end up with, But the problem is, at the top right, it'll say starter wheel ST. ST stands for steering. So if you were to, say, put this back here, and put this wheel up front, it's gonna mess up your entire car. See? It's really difficult to drive this way, because you can easily turn this way, but then it's hard to turn the other direction. So be mindful of that. If there's no ST, it's not a steering wheel. The wheels that don't steer, they're more for speed and power. Now, everything else on your vehicle that looks like decals or just something that looks cool, basically armor. Utilize that. Don't just use it to make your car look cool. Use it. Put it up front. It defends your cab. The cabin is a very useful thing. Your cabin is everything your car is. Without the cabin, you can't drive it. See, if you take this away, it won't even let you test drive it, because there's no cabin. Cabin is required to drive this vehicle, so if you don't have one, you stink. So anyways, you need to have a cabin, no matter what. And on the cabin, it shows its stats over on the right. It shows how much it can carry, which is 6,000, which really is not that great, but it's not that bad either. There's tonnage, which tonnage is how much it will take before it actually starts to slow down. Energy, we'll get to that in a second. Durability shows how strong it is. That's the name, durabilities. And mass, it shows how heavy it is. Mass is the thing you want to watch really good. And then if you back out just a little bit and not select anything, it'll show your entire car's stats. So your durability is pretty weak. 320 points basically means you're dead. You're dead on wheels, really. Total parts, you have a total limit, and I'm really leveled up, so I can have a lot of different pieces on my vehicle. And the mass shows that with barely anything here on this truck, it's already at 2,000 mass. So just keep an eye on that. And on tonnage, there's a little red line. If it crosses that little red line, then your car's about to go a lot slower, because it means that your car is struggling to move at all. Max speed, you know, it's just how fast it'll go. And as you progress in the game, you can buy motors to increase how much you can carry on a vehicle, your speed, and how fast your car can accelerate on the point. Acceleration shows how fast it can just pull out. It can pull out pretty quick just because it's not overloaded with anything. Well, anyways, so as you progress, don't give up on the game. You have to get to level 10 whenever things start really getting interesting, because then you start to unlock factions. These really intense dudes with vehicles like these are the lunatics. They love speed and ramming. So they're gonna fight with mostly short range and speed. They love shotguns and melee weapons, which melee weapons we'll get to in a minute. But the melee weapon that they have, the harvester, it's very deadly. Deadliest melee weapon in the game. So these guys love speed. This shotgun is considered one of the best. They're called hammerfalls. But see right there, harvesters, deadly little things. You get too close to someone with a harvester, unless they're on fire, you can consider yourself dead. Shotguns are really good for shredding off important things. Now with a car, you see I love how detailed this game is. Whatever you shoot at falls off. And so if you shoot at wheels, wheels fall off. You shoot at guns, guns fall off. So keep that in mind when building your car. In everything you make, even like the chassis itself can actually break off if it gets shot enough. But really, chassis are one of the most durable things you can get in the game. So as you can see here, they can take a lot of damage, even against these hammerfalls. They love their speed, their power, and I see them almost like Tusken Raiders if they had cars. You know, I'm a Star Wars nerd like that. Nomads. Once you get to these guys, it's pretty sweet. But actually, with the rest of these clans, I'll tell you about those later. For one thing, everybody is always an engineer. It's a passive clan. You're permanently an engineer class. They are not so good about building cars that are known for their deadliness, you could say. Like, they have power and everything, but for the most part, they are known for their building and what stuff they give you in return. So you'll be able to make a bunch of stuff like decor, which will give you XP boosts. I love those. Repair kits, that's in case your car blows up in the middle of a fight. You can use them during raids. You can make some more machine guns and things like that. I'll get into that in another video. Considering how small your car is, this is very important. So we're gonna just go ahead and jump into this. Right over here, where it says 847, that's your power score. It's basically the embodiment of your car, what level it is really. 847 is extremely low for a car, anything really. It's basically considering some of the guys I've seen before, these cars can look at this car and basically blow it up just by looking at it. So you cannot stick with this car. It's okay, but the cab right here, the cabin, if it gets shot, it acts like a headshot. It does lethal damage, not just armor or loss or anything, but lethal. If they shoot it enough, your car, gone. So try not to stick with this car too long. Customize it how you want. I'll get into different configurations in another video, but for the time being, this is the most important thing. Power score is what separates the boys from the men, you know what I mean? It shows who's the little cars and who's the big cars. So if you see a car with 2,000 power score, alright, that's good. It's about the average gamer. It's about, you know, anything that you'll find in a fight. And as you can see, it's just a little bit normal stuff. Alright guys, that's all I've got for the video today. I hope you stay around, play some games, win some stuff, catch me online, catch me outside. I just want to catch you guys on a battlefield, and we'll either team up or I'll take you down, or you take me down. That'd be a nice change. But don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget the next videos will be much better than this one. This is just an opening video, so bye.